Hello and welcome back to Pentiment. Today we leave the inn, we head back up to the convent because we are going to become a nun for a day. We're going to say that we want to join, we're going to go join all the services, and we're hopefully going to find out something about Tassing's history by doing that. I don't know, we'll see. I am a little worried because the person in charge of the convent did say, hey, you want to become a nun? I think it would be really good for you. And it seems like going there voluntarily might give them, I don't know, the wrong idea. And they might just say, hey, you're signed up. Welcome to nun life. If you don't like it, well, we've got a cell much like Amelie has, which you can live in for the rest of your life to spiritually awaken. So let's see how it goes, shall we? Gertrude, I'm here to become a nun. God bless you, Magdalene. Would you like to go inside and meet with Mother Francisca now? Yes, let's go. Mother Francisca, I'd like to introduce Madeleine Drukerin. The printer's daughter, yes. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told us of your father's condition. We pray for his recovery daily. Oh, thank you, Abbess. Such is our duty to serve the Lord and the community that provides for us. Now, what is this about? Sister Gertrude, you know our holy rules. Why bring young Mistress Drukerin to me? Forgive me, Mother. Magdalene is searching for a place in the world and is contemplating the holy life. I thought observing the sisters might aid her in her spiritual search. She was encouraged by the idea. Oh, right, yes. Ah, so you've decided to consider my offer after all. If God is calling you to the convent, I am more than willing to help you fulfill that divine cause. What brought this change on? Are you interested in joining the poor Clares? What were you going to say? I was worried that helping my father, running the shop alone, finishing the mural are all too much. If I become a sister, I won't have to marry, which is better than being stuck bearing kids. Or I had a holy vision. Saint Satia told me I was destined for higher things. Definitely not the last one. You know what? I think we choose the second option. Not because I believe it's the perfect option to blend in, but because I think it's the option that's going to make her less want us to be a member of the convent, right? Which is my objective. Well, if I become a sister, I won't have to marry, which is far better than being stuck bearing kids for the rest of my life. Magdalene, I do not encourage such a reason for joining the order. Remember, the Lord commanded man to be fruitful and multiply. However, I understand if the Lord brings you to the convent for such a reason. Some women are born barren. If you truly desire the holy life, then you are more than welcome to observe the sisters. Please come. I am happy to tell you more of our order. Alright, we're off. Our small convent used to be part of the larger Kiersau double monastery, as I'm sure you've been told by Sister Gertrude. However, the poor Clares live life far differently than that of the Benedictines that once lived here. We believe that it is not ours to produce, and live solely on the alms of the community of Tassing, as they see fit to give. Likewise, none of the sisters here own any personal property. We share this convent as a gift from the church. We believe that the Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you, Magdalene? I'm not entirely certain yet. I'd like to explore and look around and get a feel for the place. Magdalene, you must not have understood me. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. I won't have a laywoman bothering the sisters from their duties or disturbing our rule. However, I will allow Sister Suzanne to show you our duties. Please take your time. When you're finished, please come find me, and we will discuss your decision to join. Finally, I thought she'd never finish. What? Truthfully, I'm not here to join the convent. I'm looking for references for a mural I'm painting in the rat house. Well, I'm going to take a look around. Where are we going first? The convent has many parts. The kitchen, the loquarium, the chapter house, the yard, the old workshop, though nobody uses that old shed anymore. I'll leave it to you to decide where to go first. Well, she's rather understanding of our situation. So now we can actually see what's in here, which we haven't previously seen. I want to go to the art studio. Let's go this way. That'll take us there, right? I'm trying to figure out... So we're facing that wall. I want to go right to go there. Because that's the convent chapel, which is there. So I think it's this way. That takes us to the loquarium. Loquarium is here. No, I did want to go left. Okay, I was right the first time. So this is the way I want to go. Right. It's colder today. I think there's not much in the yard that could help you, I think. Anything that was here has long been converted in covered in weeds. All I know about this place is that the walls were added when the convent was built onto the monastery. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. Sister Suzanne, God bless you. Ugh, this ice is hard. Do I recognize you, Sister Benedicta? I think I've seen you in town once or twice. Yes, you'd have seen her. Sister Benedicta is the youngest of the sisters. Mother Francisca only allows one sister to deal with the townsfolk. Benedicta received this privilege. Burden, more like. I have to run around everywhere, gathering all the food, doing all the chores. I'd rather be inside where it's warm. What are you doing up in the convent, anyway? Snooping. Ooh, don't let me get in the way, then. What an adventure. Actually, Sister Benedicta, I wanted to ask you some questions. Do you like being a nun? Oh yes, I don't mind it at all. It's far quieter than home. I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. I'd like to help the older sisters, and I don't mind the chores except when it's cold like this. One more question. Sister Benedicta, have you seen any mysterious figures or ghosts lately? Ghosts? No, everything has been normal recently. I haven't noticed anything odd. Is this about Sister Mary's ghost? I think it's, Mauritius, myself. Oh no. Who? Mauritius. Don't tell Mother Francisca this, but I found an old book about Christian legends hidden in the workshop. It said that a Roman commander named Mauritius conquered Tassing, but the colony failed. Most of the town was empty until Christian refugees found the town hidden in the valley. It was a miracle. Christian refugees? Yes, the book said they were fleeing Roman persecution. Maybe under Nero? I don't remember. Anyway, when Sister Marie said she saw a ghost, I thought it must be Mauritius trying to get us out. A Roman ghost couldn't be happy about his tower being turned into an abbey, could he? What did you do with this book, Sister? Oh, well. I had it with me in the kitchen one day and I accidentally laid the fire poker on it. Stare in shock and horror. Sister Benedicta. I tried to fix it, but it's unreadable now. Sorry, Magdalene. I can't. I mean, how could... Oh, never mind. Your story does give me an idea for the rat house mural, at least. Maybe I can preserve the tale there. Thanks for telling me about the book, Sister. I won't tell Mother Francisca. God bless you, Sister. Haha, thanks, Magdalene. God bless you. Aha, we have learned a secret. And secrets are good, because we can use them for blackmail. Probably not a very nun-like thing, huh, Suzanne? Okay. The art house. The workshop is covered in dust. Yes, this was the Benedictine sisters' workshop. They used to make badges and art for pilgrims coming to see the hand of St. Moritz. It looks like everything was just left here after the fire. Nothing's been used in years. We can't subsist on painting, and the poor Clares don't produce goods for sale, so we have no reason to be in here. Just because art isn't essential to surviving survival doesn't mean you can't do any kind of painting. That sounds horrible. We have other ways to make art, singing, telling stories, things like that. But yes, the workshop is off limits. Mother Francisca doesn't let us come in here unless to put something in storage. I've come in a few times and noticed some of the brushes have gone missing. Paint pots too. I wouldn't be surprised if the twins managed to sneak their way in. Mother Francisca would be livid if she knew folks from Tassing were sneaking around the convent. I don't think they'd be able to get into the workshop without one of us seeing them, though. Good point. The twins aren't artistically minded anyway. In any case, I think it's sad the workshop is left like this. Truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you should join the convent, even if that's not what you were here to do anyway. Gertrude talks about you, and you seem to love your art. Without it, you'd hate it here. I mean, that's fair. Such valuable paint left to dry and crack on the palettes. There's an old parchment scrap here. It's different from the others. Looks like the scrap from a manuscript. There's something written in Latin in the margin. The Mithrium of Tassing has been destroyed by a flood. Mithrium, that's the same word I saw in the Roman section of the mine. Okay. Just to get the picture. We already know who it was. We saw them about 2 seconds ago. Well, why would somebody have written that in the margins of a manuscript, and where's the rest of the book? I don't know. I thought all the books had burned in the library during the old revolt. Well, wherever the book ended up, it's not here. I mean, it could have been her book, but I thought I'd take the chance that it wasn't. If it's her book, you know, like, what we're going to do about it? We're not going to get it back. What's this? These old badges are beautiful. I hope the pilgrims who bought them love them too. Okay, so there wasn't a lot here, but we did find out a story, which is cool. Let's head back to the convent cloister and see who we've got. Okay, so I think if we head along here, we should be able to look at everything along this path. Hello, Margaret. God bless you, Magdalene. And that'll be son of Mousefanger. Kitchen. This is the kitchen. There's not anything interesting here. Sister Marie and Sister Isabeau. Yeah, Isabeau. Take care of most of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in where they're needed. Hello. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, sister. How goes the cooking? As well as the Lord wills it. My old fingers fumble from time to time, but it's my privilege to prepare supper for the other sisters. Shouldn't somebody else be helping you, sister? No. The Almighty has given me a gift. Just as God gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age to strengthen my faith. Such things are a blessing when compared to the pains Christ carried upon the cross. But didn't Christ die so we don't have to suffer unnecessarily? In the next life, yes, but even Christ said that we would face hardships while we live on this earth. I have chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardship. I don't really understand, but I'm glad it helps you preserve. Or persevere. Anyway, whatever. Thank you, child. God bless you. Hello, Marie. God bless you, child. Are you delivering something? No, sister. I'm learning more about the convent's history so I can finish a mural in town. Ah, I see. This kitchen has been used for decades, longer than I've been alive, to be sure. I enjoy preparing meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Isabeau has graciously taken on that task for me. We need subsistence, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of St. Francis. St. Francis, mystic friar and founder of the Franciscan order, born in Assai to wealthy parents, St. Francis was called to a life of poverty and preaching. With his follower, St. Clare, he helped found the Order of the Poor Clares. To cause suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. The kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent's founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though some nights a ghost appeared to me by the kitchen fire, a lost spirit trapped between heaven and hell. Sister Marie, not this again. Not to Magdalene, please. What made you think you saw a spirit, sister? The figure rose up through the very ground we stand on at vigils, not a fortnight ago. Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between this world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but this convent is very old. Perhaps there was something Roman underneath this foundation centuries before. The spirit may seek to know the presence of God that now rests on holy ground. A Roman spirit might be a great addition to the mural. I don't know the council would approve, though. It breaks my heart to think the spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Marie too upset. Of course. God bless you, sister. God bless you, child. Now, I just remembered something. This grate leads to the aqueduct. We can't go in it, though. But that's where it leads. Oh, that could have been something. That's probably how the person's been getting in. So they get in through that. They're then seen as a spirit. They then sneak through to the art room. Now, do we have any proof? Absolutely not. But that's probably what it is. Okay. My Latin is a little bit rusty. Anno mortis imperiatus Federici secunda castrum domine... Okay, we got interrupted. This is the chapel where we all gather for mass and liturgy. It's the oldest part of the convent. Annamo Strafti. Hello again, Sister Gertrude. The sisters have done some minor retouches over the years, but it has represented the abbey from its earliest days. Oh, there's the tower and the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Yes, the tower was a Bergfried long before the structure became a monastery. Bergfried? A freestanding defensive tower not built for permanent habitation. The duchy gifted it to the Benedictine order. After the Holy Roman Empire grew, they had no use for it as a keep. These walls have protected Tassing from attacks of spirits and steel. These walls have protected Tassing from attacks of spirit and steel for generations. There's Latin here too. Like, I was going to do the Roman history, and then I was like, wait a second, no, I actually want to know what the Latin means. It's like, I'm guessing Federici is like that I think is a name, and then it says Imperialis, so I'm thinking like Emperor Frederick something gave, is Domini like dominion of Kiersau to the something. See, I'm thinking it must be something like that. Anno Domini. That one rings a bell. There's a date. There's a year. Yeah. So, because that is 1261, right? Because that's 1250 10 1. Yeah. So 1261 this thing happened. Okay. Tell me what the Latin means. God called Lady Sabine to lead our sisters and brothers in 1261. Is Dominus God? Dominus must be God then, right? Called our Sabanim brothers and sisters. I'm just trying to figure that out. Anyway, I guess that's what it means. Oh, this will be remembered. Lord Kiersau's castle was destroyed by fire in the year of the death of Emperor Frederick II. Hey, I told you that it must be Emperor Frederick. Secundi, second. Yeah. Only the tower remained. Uh-huh. Interesting. Well done, Magdalene. Yes, the first lists the Abbey's founding date. The Lady Kiersau was actually the one to suggest the old castle be turned into a double monastery. We added the second shortly after the revolt. Mother Illuminata thought it would be fitting, even if the sisters were not here, some record of what occurred would remain. Kiersau was unique, a double monastery with 2 saints, one male and one female, to guard the town and abbey. So the foundation of the abbey was even older than the Holy Roman Empire. Many things have been built and torn down in this land over generations. Who knows what else used to be here? You were right, sister. This mural will be a great reference for the rat house. Then I'm glad to have helped. God bless you, Magdalene. Alright. So, it seems like it gave it to us in the other order. That's the other thing, because this is definitely the first line, right? And then this is the second line that we were given. Yeah. Only the thing remains. Yeah, so this line should have come first, in theory, but anyway, whatever. Right. Cool. We know what it translates as now. Are we done here? I think we are, weirdly. Pretty much done here. It didn't take too long. Yes, and this is the other side of the Loquarium, I think. Here's the Loquarium. Most of the Abbey's visitors come in here, but aren't allowed to enter. We aren't allowed to go into the outside world either. Like Mother Francisca said, isolation is part of our vows. Sister Gertrude once told me the old Benedictine sisters used to go out into town sometimes, and even talk to men on occasion. And I'm stuck here, staring at these walls for the rest of my life. It doesn't seem like Sister Suzanne thinks much of her life here. It must seem like a boring life to her. Even so, she doesn't seem to have the passion that Sister Gertrude and the others have. If she hates her life here so much, maybe I should encourage her to leave the order. Better her to leave while she has a future ahead of her. After all, there are plenty of young men in Bavaria who would make good husbands. Still, there must be some reason she chose to stay. I don't want to overstep my bounds. Let's say you didn't always want to be a poor Claire. That's a nice open-ended question. It's one that says like, hey, you didn't always want to do this? Do you want to do it now? It invites an answer, I think. Let's do that. Unlike, are you unhappy here? That's very direct. This one, it's like, even if you're just interested, she might, give us a little more. No, who wouldn't want to be a nun? My father promised me to the church as a baby, some oath he swore when my mother struggled in her pregnancy. So there I was, dropped into the poor Clares the summer I turned 17. I'm so sorry, no one should be forced into a life they don't want. We daughters are born to bear our family's legacy. Between our legs or on our backs, it doesn't matter. My family is devoted to the church. I've only been in the convent for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't mind the prayers or the hours, and I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. But since when did a woman ever get what she wanted without being punished? Eve couldn't even manage it. Well, let's go with this one. I understand, I have more autonomy to go where I want, but I'm still bound by the expectations of marriage and homemaking. Yeah, I think that one kind of... It's sympathetic. I remember the days of running around town. I wish I could have gotten married. I wanted to be a mother. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margaret. At least they got to see something of the outside world before they were 20. Let's see. Well, why don't you leave? Let's go for some more. Don't forget Matilda and Wojslav. They used to be part of Kiersau too. Oh yeah, them too. Ah, thanks for listening, Magdalene. Anyway, let me show you the rest of the cloister. Lead on. I didn't specifically tell her to leave. I just, gave her some more options. Like, I was just like, hey, what about what these people did? I'm encouraging, but not outright saying. That's what I'm going for. Well, you've seen the entire convent. There's not much here. What do you think of it? To be honest, it seems like a life of drudgery. Yes, certain parts of our life here can be frustrating. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone from outside the convent. I'm reminded of the life I once had. Now you have me think about whether or not I should remain with the sisters. I think you should go. We failed! Oh no. We discussed how Matilda and Wojslav left Kiersau and that made her less likely to leave. Wow, really? That was what made her less likely to leave? Interesting. I wonder why. Yeah, that's interesting. Your family just left you here. You don't owe the sisters anything. I do, though. The sisters have taken care of me. They love me, and I love them. Even if this life wasn't my choice, they accepted me. Who knows, maybe it will get better in time. Maybe. I'll try and help in any way I can, even if it's just sneaking around the convent wall to say hello. Really, that'd be wonderful, so long as no one found out. Anyway, we should return to Mother Francisca before she suspects something. I learned a lot today. Thank you for showing me around the convent. No, thank you, Magdalene. Today has been more interesting than any I can remember in the Abbey. Come, let us find Mother Francisca. She'll be wanting to hear what you thought of the place. Come on. I know she's saying something, but I want a barb option. Well, Magdalene, what is your assessment of the poor Clares? Is the good Lord calling you to a life with us as a sister? Well, that's saying yes. I prefer books and printing. In any case, I need to finish the mural. Then I might take over for my father. I hadn't thought about my holy duty providing children to a husband, and I can't just give that up so soon. I'm just going to say the middle one. I think I prefer my books and printing. I see. Well, be careful that this mural does not become an idol for you, Magdalene. Just as Eve had a weaker will than Adam, you are likely to stumble on the fruit of temptation as well. Our community is quite modest compared to the splendour of an old Benedictine house operating under the rule of a powerful abbot. I see why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. Thank you for allowing me inside. You are most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. Well, we failed to corrupt. Ah, Magdalene, how did your little expedition go? I learned a lot from seeing the Abbey. I have a good idea of what I'll depict on the mural now. But sister, there's something I don't understand. The Abbey was so prosperous. Why didn't the monks rebuild it after the fire? What a task that would be. The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eye in the mornings. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in Tassing that night. The abbot felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing and moved on. In truth, the abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Kiersau was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire were simply a particularly awful and painful way to end the monastery. Did anything survive the fire? Some of the buildings are intact, but all are terribly overgrown. I haven't dared forage in the rubble. I doubt you'd find anything of help for your mural inside other than charred wood and parchment. It might still be worth taking a look if I'm careful. I worry after you sometimes, Magdalene. I really do. Well, thank you for all your help, Sister Gertrude. You are most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. And with that, it is a little bit later. Right. So, well, that was, I don't know, I did learn more about the founding of Kiersau. And that illustration from the manuscript, the Mytherium, was like the one in the mine. Is it part of the history of the Abbey of Tassing? It must be written down somewhere. If only the library hadn't burned down with everything in it. And the ruins are right there. Maybe not everything was destroyed. Alright, let me just check my map before we do this. Okay, so there's nothing else to do. 100% I'm going into the Abbey. We gotta. We have to go in the front door. Okay. Let's go. We're so gonna get shot by the Lord's men. My god, this is amazing. I wonder what it must have looked like before the fire. Everything collapsed in the fire. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. If only she knew you could get in through the abbot's house. Oh shit. Oh no, I can't get back up there. If I climb it, it might collapse further. Alright, so we have to leave through the abbot's house. I'll have to find another way out. At least that's what I'm thinking. We can't leave through the crypt, weirdly. We can go up to the tower. What we got in here? Vines? There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. These vines go all the way to the top, though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. Well, there's no other way out. Is that... Oh dear. I didn't necessarily say to do that, but okay. As I did click the button. It's a nice view. I could see all of Tassing from here. I wonder if I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. Yeah, how did I know the library was going to be our endpoint? I bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. Oh, we're just going. Okay, well, if there was anything in the previous section, I have missed it. It's hard to know sometimes what the last thing is unless it gives you a prompt. But I have to assume that if it lets you progress like that without giving you a prompt, that means there was nothing meaningful in the previous one apart from potentially dialogue options. Could be wrong though. Okay. Oh god. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around, I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. It doesn't look like there's anything left inside. I suppose that was too much to hope for. Well, Magdalene, how are you going to get out of here? We've got some flowers over here. These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. But there's no way into the library. Okay, cemetery. It's Brother Piero's one, but nobody would know because it's got like no dialogue on it. Where we dug up the thing. Interesting, more roses next to that as well. Wait, there's roses next to that and there's roses next to Brother Ferenic's old house. Interesting. Wonder why those two places have roses next to them, as this one as well. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, that's Nothing left here. Nothing left here. Okay. Well, we'll keep following it through into the cloister. Hello. I wonder if I wonder if there was already. I wonder if there was always this many cats at the Abbey. Perhaps I can ask Wojslav what he remembers during his time here. Still nothing. This place is a mess. How sad. Chapter house? Wait. Where's the other way go? A locked door? The door is stuck. I can't get through this way. Okay. I needed to check before we just kept going. Ooh. It's been defaced. Oh, an old mural. It's worn, but I can still see some of the figures. A dance of death? That's been changed. What? These figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. Someone's been adding to this. I'm just seeing what we've got here. I'm trying to figure out if we can recognize anything. I mean, that's Andreas, right? Yeah, that's Andreas. And then that one, therefore, must be Caspar. Yeah, that's Andreas and that's Caspar. That must be Brother Guy. Just look at some of the other options. Yeah. There's a few bits I'm not sure of here. This feels wrong. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death and why? These look like people from the town. From here, people who died. Well, that's Ulrich, right? Well, maybe, unless he was on the original one. That must be the Baron. Which one's the Baron? And then that's Otto. So that'll be Otto, maybe? And then that's the Baron. Okay. Interesting. Wait, is that? Someone's here. Did Andreas survive? I'm just getting a thought. Like, maybe Andreas survived. Oh, I just had another thought. What if... Now, this would be extremely weird, right? But this would be, like, this would almost fit perfectly. What if Andreas was the murderer? Hear me out. Andreas, although, like, we've got one version of him, what if this is one of these situations where everything that we've seen isn't right? Right? Like, everything that was done wasn't correct. Like, things didn't happen in the order that we think that they did. Like, and what if Andreas was writing all the notes? Like, he's had a split personality thing going on. I don't know. Like, maybe it was one of the figures in Andreas's head that caused the issues. Like, maybe that one that we met on the boat originally. You know, maybe something like that happened. That's just my initial thought. But let's see. Because that's definitely Caspar and Andreas. And they've done Caspar dirty. Hello? Who are you? Is that it here? That is it. I'm just trying to see. So that's Baron Rothvogel is what we're getting at here. Interesting. One-eyed, eaten by something. Then that must be the abbot? Wait, no. So that's Baron Rothvogel. Oh, wait, yeah, these are our choices. That's Baron. That's Phorenik. Of course. So that's Phorenik. That's Otto. And then he was killed by Guy. And then it led to the fire. So this is effectively the game saying these are your choices so far. Like, this is what has happened in your story. That's interesting. Oh, there's no way out this way? Oh. Okay. I think we're about to get a major reveal. The door. Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. I think I've seen everything left of the Abbey. I want to get out of here. No. No, you have not. We're going back. Because if there's the slightest chance that we can find out something here, I want to find it out. So let's head back. I'm going to assume that if it's something back here, it's going to be obvious. It's not going to be in a corner. So nothing there. Nothing there. Somebody must have survived the fire. That's my only thought. Or somebody still living here. Who could it be? Could it be Adoc? He should be dead. I'm trying to think who else could have drawn that. Like, who else has a strong enough connection? Like, to drawing as well. I don't know. It advances 2 hours? When did it start snowing? I should get to the rat house and get to work. Oh, that bugs me that we don't know who it is. Oh, there's definitely something going on. There's like a deeper story. So it's somebody who... What's also weird is somebody who knew that Andreas was there with Caspar doing all of that and had a connection enough with them to like paint the picture. That's what bugs me. I'm like, who has that connection except for... Like, the only person I can think of is Andreas. But we were told, specifically, Andreas died. But were we ever given any proof? Now, that would explain why they didn't give Andreas a death. If Andreas isn't dead. Hey, Carl. Oh, wait, if Carl has moved, that means that we've got new stuff. Let me just check. Yes, Doctor's moved. Okay, so we can potentially check in on the Doctor. There's 2 people I want to check in on. First of all, Wojslav? Nope. Okay. Martha? Oh, hello. Hi, Magda. Afternoon, Martha. You're visiting the smithy? Yes, Andreas is helping me make something for Dad. Dad loves his morning walks, but his leg starts aching after a while, so we can't go far. I've been given a challenging project, to say the least. He's been discussing it with Balthus for a while. He has all sorts of ideas. Balthus came up with a kind of supportive frame for Dag's leg, inspired by the Kusse and Grieve. I hope it could help. He hopes it could help Dad put less weight on the injury. With this, maybe it'd be possible for him to help. Maybe it's possible to help him move around without so much pain, because she wants to go to the to live as a nun. Therefore, she needs her father to be okay. The design requires all manner of metal parts, though. I hope I'm up to the task. Some of the smaller bits may be a problem. I have faith in you, Andreas. Iron is quite expensive at the moment. How are you paying for it? We manage. A few people in town have helped out. Andreas here has been very, very generous as well. He's accepted some of our crops in trade. I like the cause. Dad needs the encouragement. He becomes so much sadder when autumn arrives. I haven't actually told him about any of this yet. I want it to be a surprise. A gift for Christmas if all goes well. I hope it does. Good luck, Martha. Thank you, Magda. We'll talk more soon, alright? Of course, be well. Okay, so, wait, first of all, Matilda? Double check. Now I know there's new dialogue. I just want to go around and just check a few people. I don't think there's meaningful dialogue with anybody, really, but I want to also check in with the Doctor. Dr. Stoltz. Hello. Werner. Really? You got nothing for me? Also, he's been drinking more. I was hoping he might know Latin. How about the Eisenkopf house? You got time for Latin? What a mess. I don't know how Baltus can get anything done with all this in the way. Yeah, nothing. Okay. I don't think there's going to be meaningful dialogue anywhere. Let's go to the rat house. Okay. Work on mural. Oh, hello. Magdalene. Dr. Stoltz. So you're doing quick work with the mural, eh? I hope that doesn't make you sloppy. Very impressed with my father. Are your remedies even doing anything? Obviously, we're gonna do a barb. More than a girl like you can understand, Magdalene. Healing the human body isn't like mixing paints. In any case, the council wants to hear what you're doing. I've been researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left. Learning how people settled in the ruins, how the abbey was founded, and why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. And... I was hoping that because he was here and he speaks Latin, we might be able to ask him. Let's see what we're going to go for. I kind of want... I'm looking at these three, right? Saint Moritz, Saint Satia, and Our Lady of the Labyrinth receiving Christian settlers. Bavarian settling among the Roman ruins starting Christian history of Tassing. I think I like this one. I'll paint Lady Kiersau founding the abbey. That at least gives us an abbey thing, and it seemed like the best story that we had. That might rub some people in town the wrong way. The saints are a core part of Tassing's history, after all. People want to cling to all manner of stories in order to give their lives some meaning. Remember, the mural isn't for your benefit, but to make Tassing look good. I'll nod. Good. After this section, there's still so much work to do. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt. Ah, yes. I imagine it poses difficulties other than that the other murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've all just locked it away. It sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Stoltz. Yes? Have you ever seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard about it? I haven't been up to the Abbey in years, and no, I haven't heard anything like that. Oh my god, I just had a, mental connection. Just 10 things just popped into my mind, and I'm like, oh my god, it all makes sense. So, you ever seen that meme of the, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Charlie with the, mind map behind him? Inside my head, that just happened. It's like, it's gone mad. But I'm like, the paints are being stolen from the old workshop, right? So someone's stealing paints. They're stealing paints by going in via the kitchen, right? Going in via the kitchen, we found about that route when we went through the aqueduct. Andreas found that route when we went through the aqueduct. Andreas isn't dead. Aha! It all makes sense now. He's still alive. Now, why did somebody attack Klaus? That's the question I'm not sure about. Why did somebody attack Klaus? It doesn't make any sense, right? There shouldn't be anybody attacking Klaus. But Andreas being alive does fit in some connections. Okay. Why? I've seen someone following me a few times. No, I don't know anything about it. Now, if there's nothing else... No, good night, Dr. Stoltz. Good night, Magdalene. Okay. If he is alive, I just want to say that I said we shouldn't judge it until we find the end of the story. So if he's still alive, that completely changes the middle part of the game. That completely changes his story because the ending hasn't happened yet. Oh, okay. Now I have the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? Dad always talked about how the archdeacon was the one seeking... I just clicked it away. I think he said justice, but what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the archdeacon who came to Tassing when that baron was killed. Jacob Estler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. Of course, I'll need to write back to Esther, too. I'll write to them tonight, before bed. Anyone else we can speak to? Just going to double check here. So there's nobody immediately. Let's go and have a little run around. It's still evening. So he's still here. Yeah, still doesn't want to join his apprenticeship. Gonna head back this way and see whether we can speak to Dr. Stoltz again. Hello, Dr. Stoltz. I think I might, when it said we're done with finding out who can speak Latin, I think we might actually be done on who can speak Latin. I think it might actually be nobody. Okay, if people don't have things to say, I'll just, leave it. I suppose we could check in with Father Thomas again. He usually has something to say. If there's something to say, he's usually someone saying it. Yeah, she's not around. Father Thomas. No. Okay, so if he has nothing to say, it probably means that there's nothing. Okay. It does also say there's nothing, but I wanted to check. Right. That's right. What note? There's a note on the bed. I'll write to the Archdeacon Jacob Estler and see if he can tell me about the revolt. I can write to Esther too. I hope the courier can make it through the passes before winter. Jacob Estler, formerly Archdeacon of Freising. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothvogel's murder at Kiersau Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? Yeah, I'm just seeing... Do you see any evidence might suggest there was some sort of larger conspiracy at work? I think that's our question. Thank you for any help you can give. Magdalene Druckerin. Dearest Esther, I hope you are well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simond. And Alicia too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshop so the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad's condition is so much worse, and he's in so much pain. Dr. Stoltz has been... well, he's been a useless asshole. Only God knows why he's such a bitter old man, but he's neglected Dad almost entirely. Some days he doesn't show up, and even if he does, he just snaps instructions at me and rushes off. I just wish I understood why. I worry about Dad. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much we can do alone. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. Well, no one else in Tassing has seen anything, but some of the nuns say they've seen ghosts. It's the strangest thing, given me a fright a few times already. I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. I should have it completed by Christmas, or soon after, before the new year at least. Then perhaps at long last I shall be able to visit you and meet the Simon. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been late, and reported worsening snows through the passes. You seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simond. Yours always, Magda. Yeah, but what's the note on our bed? No, you can't just move time forward. What's the note on the bed? How did this get here? Stop. 'Cause, 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 'cause This is just like the note Dad found. Who's doing this? I have a feeling I'm going to find out sooner or later. I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. He's so weak, I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. Immediately is the right time, Magdalene. Immediately. Klaus. Wake up. Hello, Magdalene. Okay, now was not the right time. My mistake. But you know what it is the right time for? It is the right time to go into our bedroom and to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.